What's up out there, all you sports junkies? Welcome back to Sure Thing Boys, the new bookie busting podcast where winning isn't everything, it's the only fucking thing. We're coming to you live here from Shore Drive in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Happy Turkey Day to you guys out there. I'm your host, Beck. Got our co-host over here, Davey Gold, the sharpest guy on Shore Drive, also known as the Professor of Picks. We got a special episode for you here today. We got some good stuff going on. This episode is going to be called Turducken. Those of you out there that do not know about the turducken, this would be 3 different birds all combined into one Thanksgiving feast. And to start the show off today, Davey Gold, we have a trivia question giveaway.
Really?
We do.
Okay.
I will introduce the giveaway. There's going to be by one of our sponsors and one of the other companies that you own, Professor. Swell Car Wash.
Hand car wash.
Hand detailed car wash.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking fingernail. You're getting in there.
Oh, we're deep.
We're so deep. Oh my God, that should be your slogan. Swell, we go deep.
Inside and out.
So, just like we told you guys on the last episode, and from Them Sports Boys, you guys know anybody that writes in and answers this question first through the messages, you guys can interact with us throughout the show here on Facebook Live. We're also going to put it on Spotify, iTunes Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all those good stuff, all that good stuff afterwards. I'm going to read the question for you here. But what is included in this car wash from Swell Hand Detail here, Davey Gold?
We're going to give somebody a free hand car wash inside and out. Takes roughly about 2 hours. That's how thorough we are.
Jeez.
The best in Virginia Beach, located also on Shore Drive, 3017 Shore Drive, Swell Hand Car Wash and Detail. 5-star reviews across the board. So if you win today, you're going to get a 5-star car wash on Short Thing Sports.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You just plugged like 3 businesses of your own. Like that was amazing right there. Oh my God. Well, here comes the question, guys, and this is the reason the episode is called Episode 2 Turducken. Trivia question. Here we go. First one to answer wins the free hand Swell car wash. Who was the first person to eat a turducken on live television during the 1996 NFL game between the New Orleans Saints and the then St. Louis Rams? Write in, first one to answer. We will let you know, and you will win a free car wash. Moving on to the next subject of the day, it's time for the no effing way of the day. Who do we got, Davey Gold?
So yesterday's no effing way of the day. Not the craziest of beats, but it was a bad one. We had in the Maui Invitational Final, we had Creighton versus Arizona. Arizona was giving 3.5 to Creighton.
Okay.
Arizona controlled the whole game.
Okay.
They were up 9 with exactly 2:21 left. Looking good for the cover, but there was one problem. Creighton plays spotless defense. They only had 3 fouls. So Arizona wasn't even close to the bonus yet. Game goes down. Creighton starts coming back. Now we got, I believe it was 12 seconds left on the clock. Arizona fouls Creighton, puts them at the line. Creighton gets within 2 points. Now, though, in a normal circumstance, if you have Arizona, you're like, great, we're going to go to the foul line. They're going to inbound. We'll inbound. They're going to tap them. But the game, they only had 3 fouls. So it went foul, and they were 1 foul away from going to the line. Game ended. So if you had Arizona, you took a bad beat. You couldn't even go to the free throw line to get covered at 3.5. It was awful because Creighton's defense was so spotless, didn't foul at all, and you took a really bad loss last night. That should have, any normal circumstance, when you're 9 up with 2:21 left, you figured the other team was going to start fouling at the end, but unfortunately they did foul.
But they didn't have enough during the game
enough
for the rest of the half.
to bring them to the line. Exactly.
That's
So, you had
crazy because I was
Arizona?
actually watching that game. If you guys didn't just watch me there, my mouth was open the whole time, and I was like literally listening because I watched up until about 5 minutes left in the game, and I thought, "Hey, this is over."
It was over
That's-
if you took Arizona on the money line, but if you had the spread, you took a bad beat on Arizona.
No effing way of the day, and we're getting T-shirts made, guys. We're gonna have so many awesome things coming down the pipeline. We're really excited about this. So thanks for joining in with us here. Once again, keep writing in for those trivia questions to get your free car wash from Davey Gold. Here's Swell Car Wash. As always, we are brought to you by our main sponsor, Sure Thing Sports Betting Consultants. That's the other business that Davey Gold owns here on Shore Drive. We are live in the office here on Shore Drive. So after we talk sports today, we got a little agenda for you guys, a little Thanksgiving special. We're going to go over some big games. The professor over here is going to give you his inside mastermind knowledge of his guru insiders, what he thinks about the game. And if you really want to know exactly what himself and the office is picking and they did their homework on throughout the day, you want to eat some turkey, maybe some turducken, make a little money while you're doing that, give Dave a call over here. We'll post the telephone number for you there. And you can also go to www.shorethingsports.com and pick a package, and you'll get the picks that you pay for to get your Shore winners.
Let us do the work, and you do the winning.
There we go. Doesn't get any better than that. So we got the trivia question. We got the no effing way of the day. Let's talk the three big NFL matchups today here, Davey Gold. We got starting off at 12:30. We have the 7-3 Buffalo Bills at the 4-6 Detroit Lions.
Who's this a home game for? Last week, Buffalo was in Detroit.
What?
But Buffalo's making
Yeah, like that's insane, right?
Back-to-back games in Detroit for Buffalo.
I mean that's crazy. I mean it kind of is like a little half home game for Buffalo here. That's kind of weird that rolled out that way. We got the spread. Buffalo is -9.5. The over under is 54.5 on that game. That's going to be our first game at 12:30. Bills looking good, I think personally. Still, they struggled a little bit last week being in Detroit and having to move so late. They got a late win.
Absolutely.
But a W is a W in the NFL. You know that as well as I. W is a W is a W.
That is true.
The Detroit Lions, though, also
The pesky Lions.
they
They
got
are pesky. Dan
the
Campbell's not
Laughing
pesky.
Lions. They got a W last week.
They did against the Giants, who are actually playing today as well.
They are playing today. We can kind of talk about that game. The Giants game. I don't know what time that starts. They're all gonna be back to back, guys. We got the New York Giants, who are 7-3, at the Dallas Cowboys, who are also 7-3. The battle of the NFC East here. We got Dallas. Dallas -10. The over/under is 45.5.
Real quick, just to circle back 1 second before we segue into that game, just so everybody knows, in the Buffalo-Detroit game, obviously Detroit is playing really tough football. He's got them going in the right direction. The line is 9.5, very tough game. The money and most of the bets are actually coming in on Detroit today.
Really?
In Vegas, yes. Although the line, the line.
See, the professor knows this stuff. You guys don't. I don't even know this.
That line of 9.5 is holding right now, but all the money is coming in that way. I find this to be a very, very tough game. On paper, Buffalo obviously is the better team, but the way Detroit plays, they're at home on Thanksgiving on a short week. Maybe today is the day you just follow the money, but that's kind of where we're at with the first game. It's not, to me, it's not a very appealing game. I don't love this game.
It's not a shoe-in. It's not a game.
It's not. I just don't like the game.
No game is. But
Yeah, I just don't like the game. I honestly, to me, it's a boring kickoff to the Thanksgiving Day schedule of games. But that being said, it should be it'll be right. That number is definitely a good number. I just feel like once again.
It looked to me like
Detroit.
last week, and I'm pulling this up here. It looked to me last week like Jared Goff may have found his old golf swing.
Yeah, I mean,
See what I did there?
I do. I mean, they've been playing tough every week. I mean, they give it everything for this guy, for this coach, and it's great. And once again, I don't love the game, but just letting everybody out there know where the money is going, and the line, most of the tickets and most of the action, which is the sharp players, the bigger bets, are actually coming in on Detroit right now.
And if you guys have no idea what he's talking about with the action and the lines coming in Vegas and the sharps and the cheddar cheeses, I have no idea either. That's why you got to call him. And do not place a bet without calling the professor first or visiting his website at SureThingSports.com. I was looking this up. His golf swing may not be back, Davey Gold. We had 17 for 26, 165 yards. That's a good day for Lamar when he runs for 200 yards. But if you're not Lamar, I don't think that's a great day. But we have no interceptions. He didn't give the ball away. He Trent Dilfered it. Rushing, we had Jackson with 66 yards on the ground. St. Brown had 76 yards receiving. There wasn't really there's a couple turnovers in the game. But the Bills, they came back late against the Browns. And we had Josh Allen played decent, 200 yards passing, a touchdown. Singletary had a pretty good day on the ground, 86 yards. And Knox had 70 yards receiving. Do you think that Buffalo struggled with Cleveland a little bit due to that late move over to Detroit?
Less practice. I think also they were coming off a tough loss the week before, a little hangover from that. But they came through, they won. I think today we'll get a better showing, even though it is a short week. But once again, the Lions play tough. Just a tough game all around. But if you want to know where the money, the people are betting out there. The ones who kind of know what they're doing, they are siding with Detroit today.
Okay. And by the way, just last thing on that, as you guys know, I'm a Baltimore boy, so the AFC North, the Cleveland Browns, guys, they're 3-7, but they're no dogs. They are they're a good team.
They're tough. They're very tough, and they got Watson started practicing again as well. So,
and I mean, if he comes out and he plays, it's going to take him a couple games.
Oh,
it is. But if he comes out and plays anything, even half as well as his contract pays him, they're going to be trouble. They're going to be trouble.
He should be back to focusing on football, so that'd be good for him and the team as well.
So that should be an interesting game. Let's bump down to the Giants. Like I said, 7-3 Giants. They are playing at Dallas against the Cowboys, who are also 7-3. We have the NFC East, who is battling back here. We got the Commanders in the hunt. You got the Eagles, who obviously are running the division, but barely. Now, you know what I mean? You got everybody's in the hunt.
This is probably the best, to me, probably the tightest and best, most competitive division in football right now.
It is the most competitive. Do you think it's the best division, though? Do you think they all suck?
No, I think these teams.
They don't, right? Because the Giants.
Based on, I think we talked about it in our first episode briefly. Based on this year's NFL, it's
crazy.
This is a crazy season.
It is wild.
This is a wild season of dogs and teams that you bank on their quarterback coming out to play every day. The guys with the names, they're not showing up. So
throwing for 165.
Handicapping comes out the window and everything else. So I think
is that a knee joke? A handicap?
Yeah. This becomes. I do believe this. This is it's a very competitive division. Maybe it could be the best. Who knows? That being said, if I want to start touching on this game real quick,
I got Dallas giving up 10.
I find this game so interesting. Obviously, it smells of a trap game.
Yes.
For Dallas.
Yes.
Right? It reeks trap.
Yep.
You got an NFC rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
One team coming up, 2-7. I think they're 7. What are they?
7-3.
7-3, both of them.
Both of them are 7-3.
2 7-3s. One's given up 10 points to another in an NFC rivalry game, where Dallas looks like they were ready for the Super Bowl last week, and the Giants look like they were ready to go play golf.
Right.
For the rest of the year.
Not Jared.
I do believe this reeks trap, but the sharps are not buying into it. They are right now in Vegas. All the money and once again, all the majority of the bets are actually on the Giants with the 10, which is strange because the line keeps creeping up. That being said, the sports books don't like to lose, but I think 10 is a huge number in that game. Not saying which way I'm going because once again, the books don't lose, and they're not. The line keeps going up, but the money and the betting is going the other opposite.
There is a reason behind it.
But the Giants secondary is awfully banged up, and with the way Dak was passing last week, that's tough. That's going to be a tough hold for the Giants with a banged up secondary.
Which would lead you to look at maybe that 45.5 over
under. That's one way to play it.
Which as soon as we're off, I'm calling you to get the pick because I want that.
I might give it to you for free.
Ooh.
It's Thanksgiving. But this game reached trap. I find this game to be it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be an awesome game.
I do too.
Tight. I do think it'll probably end up somewhere around that number. I do think Dallas right now is the better team.
A couple things on that. Sorry to cut you off. A couple things on that. First game, so boring. These two played.
Yeah.
It was in New York. God, I mean, it was a 6-3 game.
That was Cooper Rush.
I mean, it was so hard to watch. And then the poor Giants, who haven't beat the Cowboys in I don't know how long. I think it's something up around 14 games. I believe my boy Hector was saying, who's a huge Giant fan. Shout out to you, mi hermano. But it was a super boring game. Giants did everything in their power to lose it with pass interference at the end of the game that blew my mind. But my question to you, Davey Gold, as the professor, what is your professional opinion on the W that, let's just call a spade here, the hashtag mollywhopping the Cowboys gave the Vikings last week? Is that real? Was that, obviously it's real, but are they who we thought they were?
After you look back the week before that, and they go to Green Bay, they have a lead, and they spit it up in the fourth quarter. Is that who the Dallas? You can ask this question every week: who they are, who are we? Maybe this is maybe last week was the week they finally put defensively. I've never seen a defense sack quarterback as many times as Kirk Cousins got taken down. Offensively, Dak was hitting on all cylinders. Elliott and the other kid running the ball. What a nice little combo there. So I do feel, Dallas. Let's see. I'd like to see them do it 1 or 2 more games before we, hail them as this Dallas to the Super Bowl as always.
America's team.
This is the year. So I'd like to see a little consistency. But today will be a good test. They're facing a good running back today, Saquon.
The best.
And who I think will get comeback player of the year.
Yes.
But if you want to ever make a wager on that, I don't know what the odds are sitting at today. A couple weeks ago was a great bet.
But if you call in, he may tell you.
But that being said, yeah, we'll see. I think we'll get a little barometer today with the Giants defense was a little more healthy. But
I think it'll be a good game to watch. I'm not as excited about the Bills-Lions game, but I am excited about the Giants-Cowboys game. Whether that is, a crappy game to watch like it was the first time, or if it's a complete normal NFC East 45-43 game, I think it's going to be a good game because it's so important for the division.
Yeah, it's the division. I think the Giants need to play a lot better than they did last week, and I think we'll get a true test of if the Cowboys can keep it consistent, or are they going to throw another,
Yeah, like are they going to throw
another Green Bay game in there?
They got to keep us guessing. They're the ultimate wild card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got that game there. Once again, if you want more inside information and exactly who the professor is picking, go ahead and call in and go to the website. Last game of the day for the NFL, we have The other America's bandwagon team, you bunch of bandwagoners out there, we got the New England Patriots at Minnesota playing the 8-2 Vikings. The Patriots are 6-4. I think they are technically 5-4-0-1 because of that punt that they won on against the Jets last week. That was our no effing way of the day on our first episode. I mean, that was a gimme win right there. But the Patriots, they find a way to win.
It's Belichick.
They do.
You know, he's definitely having a harder time finding those ways lately. But they do find a way to win. The Vikings, you know, they've got to start playing in the first and second. You know, they're the guys that come back in the end, but that's not sustainable. You know, they've
Right.
always been pulling out games in the third and fourth quarter. I would love to see them come out today and, you know, put the week
Last week
behind
behind them.
them and come out in the first and second quarter and, you know, play football for 4 quarters. Once again, in this game, that line's actually fluctuated. I have it, the last I saw, I actually went from 2.5 to 3.
Did it go to
The
3?
money is a lot of the money is moving in on the Vikings today.
Okay.
I think that people and the Sharps are all thinking the Vikings couldn't be as bad as that, and the Patriots, you know, after their they're technically didn't score a touchdown last week.
So to just kind of be a liaison between the gurus here of gambling and people like myself who aren't educated on it, I'm starting to learn. When the professor here says that the Vikings are giving up 2.5 or 3 points, that means when the game starts, the Patriots are starting the game 3-0. So that's basically what that means. And then the over/under is do you still have it at 42.5?
I have not checked.
It should still be the same 42.5. And what's really cool here, Davey, is that we get to see those two teams that played against each other last week and see them back to back to see if they are who they were last week.
Yeah, both teams coming off shorter weeks. I mean, everybody's coming off shorter weeks in these games, obviously. For the Vikings, I think the short week is a great thing.
It is.
You get that bad taste right out your mouth on Thanksgiving Day, go home, eat turkey.
If I'm a coach or a player or an owner or anything to do with anybody in the NFL, the last team I want to play is the Minnesota Vikings.
And you don't want that stink lingering in the locker room that long.
I'm telling you what. Whoa! If you're watching out there, Jerome was on. Your Vikings today, I think that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But once again, the Patriots always find a way to win. I think that's a pretty good line on that, in my opinion. That's an exciting lineup, though. Yeah, it is. It's a good day of football.
I think we start slow, you know, get a little warm up, and then we get a nice little finale, you know.
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
nice little finale, and then we do have some college football tonight as well.
We
Very
do.
interesting game to me.
We have the Egg Bowl. Now, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your guys' tube hole. I did not know about the Egg Bowl as a Division I college football player for me. Clearly, I can't play anymore. I can't even run a route without stepping in the pothole and blowing my whole knee out. However, the Egg Bowl is a game that is played since 1901. That is before Rose DeWitt-Bucator and Jack Dawson in the movie Titanic. That was 1912, by the way.
Wow.
Yes, I do know that. And she never let go. Neither did they. So we got Mississippi State versus Ole Miss. The Egg Bowl, it's called Battle originally for the Golden Egg. In the name, it was given to the Mississippi State versus Ole Miss football rivalry. It is an American college football rivalry game annually between Southeastern Conference members Mississippi State and Ole Miss. The teams first played in 1901. Since 1927, the winning squad has been awarded possession of the Golden Egg Trophy. That's why it's called the Egg Bowl. The game has been played every year since 1944, making it the 10th longest uninterrupted series in the United States. Ole Miss leads the series 64-45, 6 ties through the 2021 season. The Egg Bowl
This is actually Egg Bowl is actually one of my. I love this. A in-state rivalry game. Ole Miss versus Miss. You got
Is it?
Kiffin versus Leach.
Mississippi.
Um,
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got Kiffin versus Leach. Very
That's
interesting.
dude. That right
Very
there.
interesting. You got the air
You
raid
got
offense.
the battle of the minds.
Yes, but there's a lot of speculation. I don't know if you know about this fact. There's a lot of speculation this week about Kiffin.
No, I
He's
don't.
probably going to be poached by Ole Miss at some point. He's getting poached right now by Auburn.
Okay.
Supposedly we might have an announcement this week on Friday after this game that Lane Kiffin to Auburn.
From Ole Miss,
to Auburn.
Is, in your opinion, is that a side move?
I mean, it's a dollars move. I think that there's better. You can recruit better to Auburn. I think
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's a better school for recruiting.
I agree with you. Traditionally, I think that these younger generations out here, these young cats, I don't know, Tyson Connor Moorbeck, my son, if you're watching, you tell me. I think Ole Miss is more appealing to the recruit than Auburn, as of right now, just probably because of the coaching. They're on a little bit of a slide in the SEC.
I think if you think about the SEC though, you put Auburn, Alabama, and the Iron, that whole. I think there's a little. I think
I'm with you.
I feel like Auburn has a little more clout, but that being said, back to more of a, for me, it's obviously about money and gambling, and
Mississippi State's giving up 1.5.
It's down to -2 now.
-2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ole Miss is -2 over Mississippi State.
Okay.
I do see some good value in this game. Lots of there's a lot of stats and stuff leaning towards one way, and we've been working on this. This game is kind of the one I circled for today for myself,
Okay.
and my team and my office and my guys. A lot of value here, a lot of stink around this game with Lane Kiffin. That being said, it's two very egotistical coaches playing in a game. They both, very big for bowl standings right now.
The most egotistical coaches.
Very, very egotistical coaches, but right now for bowl,
Rightfully so.
right now for where they're going, these teams need to win. There's nothing really left for them, but they can actually, just go to a better bowl game at this point. But I do think, that Lane Kiffin situation could affect this game a little bit.
That is interesting news. I did not know that. When did they start talking to him? Is that
This
this
has been
week?
going on for a little bit, but like in the last 10 days, it's really got hot.
So a couple things on that. And when Davey says that there's not really much left in the season for the 7-4 Mississippi State Bulldogs or the 8-3 Ole Miss Rebels, he's saying that because they both started out in top 10. These guys their goal this season was to win a national championship, and they had those type of squads.
They did.
They had those type of coaches. They had that type of talent on the team. But in the SEC,
last week's.
It's a hard
Ole
run.
Miss got destroyed by Arkansas. That was a really tough.
That's crazy.
Tough beatdown they took in Arkansas, as they were actually a road favorite.
Yeah, that was a crazy one there. So that should be an interesting game today. On a funny note, I don't know, Jose Moravec, my brother, if you're watching, one of the funniest things that I've ever seen, speaking of Lane Kiffin, when he was at USC, was one of his first coaching jobs after he came out from under Saban. And he did not do so well. And I think that they were about 1-6. And when you pulled up to the stadium and the Trojans were doing their Trojan walk where the players come through and they walk to the stadium, the fans are there and everything, I guess the fans had brought spray paint, and where it says, "Fire lane, don't park here," they wrote Kiffin behind it. Fire lane Kiffin.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
How funny is that? I thought that was genius.
Well, he was supposed to be the next genius.
Yeah, and he still is. I mean, he really. I mean, he had to go to FAU.
He went.
to
I remember.
battle.
I was just going to say that.
I mean, he's done.
Was he at Tennessee as well?
Yes, he was at Tennessee. So it'll be an interesting game there. What do you get better than a golden egg for winning a game? I mean, that's true. Let's be honest, they're getting that anyway.
Listen,
Earmuffs, Reggie
put money
Bush.
in your bank account.
Put Reggie Bush
better
back in
than
the
taking a
freaking
golden egg.
NCAA stat book, people. what is this crap? If everybody's getting paid now,
Give me a winning ticket rather than a winning
give him
egg.
his Heisman back. Come on.
We can scramble eggs with them.
Yes. So we got that going on there. I wanted to touch on one more thing with Kiffin, SEC. I can't remember what it was, but Leach he's freaking hilarious.
Air raid
Guys,
offense.
if you guys just want to watch somebody that is a pure genius on the football field and an absolute stand-up comedian, even in his after and in-game interviews, Leach is absolutely hysterical. He gives 0 Fs. The things that come out of his mouth are absolutely hysterical. But they're both masterminds. It'd be a great game.
Yeah, it'd be a great game. You know, it actually be very competitive, good game for the one college game we do get today.
So kind of to close things out here, while I am checking to see if anybody has wrote in and gave us the answer to our trivia question of the day to win that free hand detailed car wash by a Swell, why don't you go ahead and segue us into the final topic here, which is USA Soccer World Cup.
Tomorrow, very big game. USA plays England. England is very, very tough team against the USA team. That I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a soccer guy, but when the World Cup comes on, it's pretty awesome to watch.
Right.
It's awesome.
It
it's
is
exciting.
The game, I watched it the other day. The game flew by. It was 1-1. We played Wales.
Yeah, like that was
not the animal.
and the upsets
the
that
country.
are going on. And I mean, the Saudi Arabia team beating Argentina, Messi losing. Like some of the, yesterday, I watched
crazy.
another underdog beat another. I think it was one of the.
Was it Sweden?
One of the teams lost 2-1. Yes, I think it was Japan beat the other team 2-1. It's pretty awesome, man. And I think not that I'm sitting here saying I'm the soccer guru, because I'm definitely not on that one sport that I don't really follow until the World Cup. But the USA is in a tough bracket, and tomorrow's game's gonna be awesome. Should be a really exciting game. Yeah, go USA. USA. USA, USA. I'm writing a little something in the comments here, just making sure everything is working. So once we wrap this episode up, guys, once again, we will, obviously this starts through Facebook Live, but we will have this episode and every episode uploaded to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all the platforms. You'll be able to look up Sure Thing Boys. Our episodes will come up. This is only episode 2, starting back out here. We got some good things in the works for you guys. Are we moving the time? We are going to move the time. So during this holiday and this knee injury that I got going on here, we've been a little bit off schedule. I got to get surgery, unfortunately. But we are going to change our daily time during the weekdays. We're going to shoot for 4 o'clock. If you guys like that, don't like it, give us feedback. Once again, the coolest thing about Sure Thing Boys is that not only are you going to get entertained, you're going to laugh, you're going to get educated by the professor here on where you should put your money. You have an opportunity to call in and get a mastermind pick. But also, it's the only interactive sports podcast out there. So you guys can actually interact with us the entire time. We encourage that, especially our military guys. A salute to you. I would guess you said that about 75% of your clientele through Sure Thing Sports Betting Consultants is through the military. So we appreciate you guys, everything that you do to keep us safe. 4 o'clock, if that sounds good to you guys, go ahead and write into us. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to like us, share us, and any topics you guys want to talk about. We are going to start doing a couple different things in here that we used to have on them Sports Boys. Those of you that are kind of flipping over and joining here,
some cool giveaways. We got some live shows coming up from our main sponsors who we have not released yet. We're just getting through with our sponsorships with Davey Gold here because he is such a mastermind, owns so many damn companies. It's ridiculous. Let me get a company, bro.
You're in good company.
I'm in good company. We are, and we got Marco, the mascot, right here.
Yes.
This guy right here. So super excited to be able to do another podcast for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit, had some fun. Hopefully you enjoyed Turducken, the show. Anything you'd like to say to close us out here, Davey?
I just want to wish everyone out there a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. And if you want to make some extra money, go to shortthingsports.com and you'll enjoy your day even more because we got some good picks out there for today and over this weekend. A lot of action. So shortthingsports.com and let us do the work. You do the winning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only fucking thing. I'm posting it right now in the comments, www.shortthingsports.com. You can also give us a call. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys are traveling today, tomorrow, this weekend, enjoy your family, drive safe, stay safe. We love you guys. Tune back in and enjoy your Turducken Day. Peace out.